It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. We're gonna dive into some Gotye. Is that how you say it? I'm actually not sure. It's somebody that I used to know, featuring Kimbra. I feel like the hook, like, is right. There's somebody that I used to know, or something like that. I want to say that I've heard this before, at least the hook in passing, but I've never sat and actually listened to the song. And I saw my man Cliff Beats, I believe, had uploaded something. And I say my man, I've never spoken to that person before. I don't even know why I said it that way, but just as a fellow reactor, you know what I mean? Like all the reactors, that's the homies, inevitably, because we're all kind of doing the same thing, chasing the same goal. So I wanted to dive into this when I saw that he had uploaded it, because I'm like, wait, is that the song I think it is? So I pulled up the song. I'm pretty sure that that's what it is, but obviously I didn't want to really listen through it because, I've not ever sat and listened to it, and I like to give it my first listen while I record. So let's get into it. Let's see what they was doing with this one. Okay. Some early feet. They naked. Okay. Little titty. All right.
Now and then I think of when we were together, like when you said you felt so happy you could die. I told myself that you were right for me, but felt so lonely in your company. But that was love and it's an ache I still remember.
Phew, I feel that.
You can get addicted to a certain kind of sadness, like resignation to the end, always the end. So when we found that we could not make sense, well, you said that we would still be friends. But I'll admit that I was glad it was over. You didn't have to cut me off, make out like it never happened, and that we were nothing. I don't even need your love, but you treat me like a stranger, and that feels so rough. No, you didn't have to stoop so low, have your friends collect your records and then change your number. Guess that I don't need that though. Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
It's such a real concept. I just spoke about this a little bit in a Taylor Swift reaction, but like this song speaks to my soul. It really does, because he's like, it didn't have, like, I don't know, the whole like you're somebody that I used to know thing. It just rings so true, right? Like every relationship that most people have, every once in a while you got people that stay friends, but it's very rare. Usually you have a relationship. It could be a year, 2 years, 6 months, 4 years, whatever it is, and it ends at some point. Not everybody. Some people are lucky enough to marry their high school sweethearts, but a lot of us, the majority of us, get in relationships and we're in multiple ones throughout our life. And once you break up with that person or they break up with you, depending if it's a really horrible breakup, then I understand if some really horrible shit was done to somebody. But a lot of times it might not be like the craziest thing ever. And it doesn't mean you need to get back together, but you like, it's this whole like concept of like, just go opposite ways and never talk or see each other again and just pretend like we're strangers now. It's like that concept is weird to me. And what's crazy is like that's the norm though. So it's all in all reality, it's like I'm the odd one out thinking that that's crazy, but I just don't really get it, right? Like you spend so much time with somebody and you have memories and experiences and all this other kind of stuff, and it's like, how am I supposed to just go about life like you're a stranger now? Right? Like I get that maybe we're not meant to be together in a relationship. Maybe we don't match as far as that goes. But it's like can't even check in on each other every once in a while and be like, yo, we had this connection. Like I cared deeply about you. And we had a lot of good times together. And so maybe, once a year or something, maybe around New Year, Happy New Year. Hopefully you had a good year. How you doing? Da 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 da. And then move on. It doesn't mean we got to go out to eat. It doesn't mean we got to hang out. And I get that, like, it makes relationships hard because people don't want to know that you're friends with an ex, right? A lot of people don't really like that. I'm not even super fond of it, but it depends on the situation. It depends on, like if you going and hanging out with your ex one on one, it is a little bit odd. I'm not gonna lie to you. Although like if I'm single and they're single, I feel like, if we don't live far from each other and we're bored someday, we can go out, have some food, talk about our goals, like just because it's somebody that I shared that with before, right? So to share, like, hey, this is where I'm at now. Where are you at? Oh, you're not doing so well. Maybe I can help you out a little bit. Maybe I can, da 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 da. And then, we can go back to going our separate ways, but we don't have to just completely sever that tie as if it never happened. But that just seems to be the norm. And I don't know, like to me, it's weird. And I don't know. It's just very odd to me. Same thing with friends, right? Like, I mean, obviously, when you're friends, you don't share that deep connection. So years can pass by, and you might check in with each other, and that's okay. It's normal, right? Like a friend is like, "Oh my god, I haven't heard from him in so long," and it's cool to do. But if it's a relationship, and I suddenly text somebody that I dated 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, they're probably gonna be like, "Why is he texting me?" Right? Like you suddenly become the weird guy, become the person. Oh, is he stalking me? And it's like, no, like we shared something. Is it wrong that I just want to check in with you? Like it's just I don't know. To me, it's just so odd. Comment, but let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. That's how I feel though.
Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
Also, let me just add in really quick. I do get that some people they care deeply about someone and it's hard for them to have that connection ever again because it inevitably might go to those kind of feelings, or they start thinking about the times that you had and maybe it makes them sad because I get that there's different reasons why that could be, but every relationship ends up like that. Like, come on, man, some people got to talk a little bit, right? No, I don't know. There is somebody that I dated not that long ago. We don't really talk regularly, but I sent a message maybe like a year ago or something and just checked in with them because they're chasing their PhD. They're in another country for a couple of years doing what they have to do for it, and doing like a study or something like that. And so I was just like, how's it going where you're at? Just like blah blah blah. They responded to me and we both kind of went our separate ways, but we still follow each other on social media. And and maybe again at some point I'll check in and just say, hey, just checking in again, just seeing like, hey, hopefully everything is still going well. How's the study? And I think that it's cool that I can do that, right? And we don't ever have to hang out. We don't ever have to go beyond that little conversation. And then she asked me how I'm doing with my stuff, and boom, we go separate ways. I think that that's really really cool, and I wouldn't mind having that with more people, but it just doesn't seem like that's the norm. So that's all.
Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
My man got all painted up.
Now and then I think of all the times you screwed me over, but in me believing it was always something that I'd done. But I don't wanna live that way, reading into every word you say. You said that you could let it go, and I wouldn't catch you hung up on somebody that you used to know.
You didn't have to cut me off, make out like it never happened, that we were nothing. I don't even need your love, but you treat me like a stranger, and that feels so rough. You didn't have to stoop so low, have your friends collect your records and then change your number. Guess that I don't need that though. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Somebody I used to know. Somebody that I used to know. Somebody I used to know. Somebody, just somebody that I used to know. I used to know. That I used to know. I used to know. Somebody.
It's a dope song. It's got a cool vibe to it, and like I said, it brings out conversation because I feel him, like, right? It's like not like I don't like, I forget what he said now, like, I don't need your love, but like you treat me like a stranger and it feels so rough, and you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, comment below, make me feel like I'm not crazy. Someone tell me I'm not crazy. I had to say the same thing in the Taylor Swift video, so it's a very similar conversation between the two videos, but both of them brought out that conversation because that's how I feel. I need some validation in this feeling. So I appreciate you guys. Take it easy, stay safe. I'll catch you in the next one, homies.